I am thoroughly excited to be part of this program for so many reasons, but the most important of which is that for the first time in the Southeast, an event of this historic proportion is taking place in my own state. And I feel so proud too that it's been so well organized that a spot has been given to ICT. Because today we live in a world where you cannot exist without ICT. Enugu State is uniquely positioned as the educational hub of the Southeast. This has been said by several presenters in the course of this program. But then where does it take us? The education that we're talking about today is a different kind of education. Leo Stan, in his presentation, took us through what I believe should be an eye-opener in terms of what ICT can do. The new economy, he calls it the new wealth economy. I call it the knowledge economy and the wealth economy. Today, the people who lead the economy are people who have knowledge. When I listened to the several presentations in the course of today's program, I was hoping that I would find a place where ICT is taking the top agenda in the scheme of things. And I find that a lot of investments that are being proposed are in the areas of building mechanic village, building spare parts market. And I asked myself, have we thought about building an ICT park in Enugu State? The export-free zone should provide, as an important component of that project, an ICT hub. The export-free zone, I want to say this, even at the risk of repetition, that the export-free zone should provide within that zone a hub for ICT innovation for Enugu State. When you look at the state today, you find that we don't have major ICT companies, either on the software side or on the hardware side. And that is something that I think we need to look at. As a matter of policy, the commissioner who is in charge of science and technology should ensure that there is an ICT strategy for the development of Enugu State. States in the west, in the southwest, are already talking about becoming smart cities. I want to give you an example of my experience being in Digital Bridge Institute. We come into Enugu from time to time to provide capacity building, specifically in the sector where we have competence, and that is ICT. And we find that graduates from our institutions, I want to be specific, the Enugu State University of Science and Technology, IMT, that they are not knowledgeable in Microsoft Office applications, which are the basic application suites. So last year, what we did was to organize a training program, and we brought about 50 students across the different universities. And we sat them down for 1 week to take them through a Microsoft Office suite training. At the end of that program, some of them came back to us to say, look, this is one of the best things that has happened to them. I want to give this by way of background just to reflect the fact that we see a big knowledge gap in the ICT sector, especially for the people of Enugu State, and there is a lot that needs to be done. It's been said here that the skills that are required today are not the skills that universities are teaching. You really do not need to have a formal university education to be in the ICT sector. Typical examples abound. Bill Gates dropped out of university. Mark Zuckerberg was an undergraduate when he developed the application that most of us use today, which is the Facebook. So what are we doing to encourage our young people? In the last 5 years, most of the jobs that have been created in the US and other parts of Europe have come from the ICT sector. Statistics actually show that the simple development of applications that we all find on our phone have created over 500,000 jobs in just a space of 5 years. That is the power of ICT. And so as we go through this investment summit, it is so critically important that we begin to fashion an ICT agenda for Enugu State, which will take a long-term view. The challenge, though, is that ICT has a long-term gestation. It is not like buying and selling, where you make your profits over a short term. It requires time to mature. And that maturity takes the building of the skills that are required across the value chain of ICT, from hardware to software. Today, I believe that Enugu State stands in a unique position to be able to provide several services in the ICT sector. One clear area where this can happen is in building a data center. Most parts of the country are no longer considered safe for investment. A lot of the businesses that are being done online, from the banking sector to the telecom sector, they are looking for sites where they can back up their data, huge data. And I think that this state will provide that kind of opportunity for investment if it is properly marketed. Because Enugu State is safe, we are secure, and we are friendly, and we are hospitable. Let me also say something about Digital Bridge Institute, which basically focuses on providing skills and capacity building in different areas. We have locations in Lagos, in Abuja, in Kano, and other centers are springing up across other parts of the country, including our own state. Some of you would take a ride through the bypass after the Nike Lake Resort. There's a facility on the left as you drive to Nsukka on that road, where you have an estate that just came up. That facility is actually the Digital Bridge Institute facility, and it's going to come on stream by next year. The question I'm asking, are we ready? Already, Kano State, we are going to mount programs in Kano State for software engineering, for multimedia engineering, for networking security, hardware engineering, and I'm asking, is Enugu State ready for this program next year? Because the investment that is required to be made has been made. What we need to do is to just kickstart the process. So I need us to encourage our young graduates to begin to seek opportunities in the ICT sector. One of the biggest challenges is access to information. Each time I come back to Enugu State and I interact with our young people, I find that they don't have access to information because we are not industrialized the way Lagos, Port Harcourt is industrialized. 90% of the ICT companies are located in Lagos. So if you graduate from any of the cities outside Lagos, you are struggling for information, you are struggling for knowledge. There are lots of opportunities for professional certifications in networking, in Microsoft, that our people do not have access to. They don't even have information about these programs. So using the Digital Bridge Institute, we are bringing this information closer home, just as we are doing in other centers. This year, we plan to host a program that we want to bring our young people together to talk about employment opportunities in the ICT sector. That program will probably happen anytime in the month of June. So I want to use this opportunity to say a big congratulations to the Enugu State government and to the organizers of this program for putting together this epoch-making event, which I believe is a very good starting point that will jumpstart Enugu State to the league of well-developed states in the country. Thank you very much.